I'm talking. It's off of nostalgia probably too though. Like it was the first time we.
I just feel like the album fillers didn't connect with me. There were some album fillers I like, but to make a classic album, your fillers got to be like single worthy.
I was just about
Damn
to
near.
say like on Eminem show, this nigga got Soldier as a B side. He got Till I Collapse.
Ooh,
Those songs that ain't even those was the singles, bro. It's like he had Superman. He had the hits. He had Superman Without Me and
yeah,
remember White America was cold, bro. White
yeah.
America. He
Business was tough.
fire.
Square dance was
Square
tough.
Dance, Business.
Yeah. Until
So
the music stops, that was tough.
yeah, he was at a. I seen that. Remember, I told you I was watching that concert that he did. It was Eminem show. Of course, he gonna play some stuff on the past. It was like the Eminem show times. And it was like he was at his. It was like crazy though. It was like crazy, like for real.
I went to go see Eminem in concert when he was with Rihanna. I was just like, wow, this is a dope ass package deal. You get to see Eminem rap, then you get to see fine ass Rihanna too. I was like, oh my god. Then her live performance improved. I was like, oh shit, she's
Uh-huh.
singing for real. She didn't improve because remember, she wasn't good live in the beginning.
Yeah, I heard. I
Yeah.
heard. Yep.
And she was pretty bad in the beginning, but when she was live, when I seen her in Eminem in concert, I was like, okay, she stepped it up, But Eminem, like, dog, like I was drunk as shit at that concert. Like I was looking back at the film, I was just telling myself, man, shut your ass up, you so fucking loud and
Hey,
drunk. Rapping the word.
right.
I was drunk as
That's why
hell,
now
rapping all the words
for
and
me to go to
everything.
for me to go to somebody's concert, it gotta be somebody like that. I'm sorry, I ain't got no problem with the new. It's just like it got to be like something like I remember this shit as a kid, like Ludacris. I go to a Ludacris for sure.
Yeah.
Even Ti, man, Ti run was crazy too, man. Ti
Ooh, yeah.
Shoulder Lean came. Remember Shoulder Lean came out? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, because like it wasn't because of like Ti. It was Dro. Like
Yeah,
I was just like,
yeah.
yo,
That beat was
this
crazy.
nigga can rap.
Yeah, Dro was cold.
I was just
Hey, Dro
like,
had them
damn,
punchlines,
dog.
dog. Dro had them punchlines for real.
Yeah, Dro was like a Southern Lloyd Banks.
I'm about to say Atlanta got. I give them their props, bro. I listen to a lot of Atlanta rap.
Yeah, the Ti run. Ti was the MVP of 2006.
Yeah.
Like couldn't go nowhere. They had the movie. They had the movie
With
come
King,
out.
oh King, yeah, the album with the movie, yeah. Oh, that was
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, this is an unpopular opinion. I think Ti has two classics, but the classics were later on in his career because he had albums with a lot of hits. I would just feel like Ti would have like two records that I completely dislike on each one, and I'm like, this ain't a classic. You're close, but you're just not quite there
yeah, but
yet.
no way,
But
because Urban
then,
Legend. I see what you said, especially with King, because it was like he had Top Back on there, and he had what you know about that on there. It's like that was supposed to be a classic, bro. You hit on the singles, you sold the record.
yeah,
It's like I don't know, man. It's like
Urban Legend was crazy too, though.
I
Urban
would say Urban
Legend
Legend might be the closest one out of the ones in that era, probably, because
in that era, yes,
he
close,
had the
right.
King. The intro was fire. I
I
think the
like I
motivation.
said, I love those albums. Just because I love something don't mean it's a classic.
Yeah, so I
You
think
know what I
what
mean?
song you think this is on Urban Legend that made it like Get Loose? Probably.
I mean, I
Just
just can't.
I just
I
skipped that
can't
song.
name. I can't name a joint that I'd say, oh man, I could do without this. I'm just saying that in order for it to be a classic, I gotta play that shit straight through, damn near straight through. There are I like the whole album, but it's just when I say classic, can I put you against the Chronic and win? Can I
Okay.
put you against Midnight Marauders, Into the Wu Tang? You know what I'm saying? It takes a nation of millions. Can I put you against
Well, that's
these
fire.
albums? Can I put you against these albums and win? I can't do that with those albums.
Yeah, that Public
You know what I'm saying? When it
Enemy
comes,
album. That Public Enemy album probably top five. Okay.
well,
Well,
I can't say that, but I can say it's a hip hop classic.
yeah.
It's top 100, and that's no disrespect, but it's top 100. But
Yeah, I know what you're saying. that was the
Well,
'80s. Like music got, I mean, I ain't gonna say it got better, but I'm just saying like they had studied the '80s, studied '90s, studied the '80s, 2000 studied this, so it should be getting better. You think, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's just better. Like when I came up with the top 50 hip hop albums, I was realizing a lot of hip hop albums that I thought was top 50 was not. And it's not to disrespect those
yeah,
albums.
that's true. Cause I ain't gonna lie, cause I'd be like,
There might
as a kid,
be
I'm thinking like, oh,
150.
I'm thinking like Hunger for More is fire. It's like, yeah, it's fire, but is it comparable to, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it really top 100?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
a fire
when it comes
song though.
there could be like 150 classic rap albums. There could
Yeah,
be. There could be 150
but that's what you
classic
said.
rap
Like, just
albums.
because it ain't top 100, ain't no disrespect. It still could be classic.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you got to think about it, like the Carter 1 and 2, they're not top 100 albums, but they might be top 50, 150. They could be 125-ish. It's not a disrespect. I don't
It's
I
number
don't
one.
I don't Yeah, C1 and C2, I think they're classic albums, but they're not top 125, top 100 type shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's that top 50, like, that's a sacred bunch. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at the albums that I probably had in there, like Do or Die, Good Kid, Mad City,
Yep.
you know, A Damn, you know what I'm saying? Cuban Links, you know what I'm saying? Um, shit. What's that album? Oh man, it's another Wu-Tang based album. Uh, it's Ghostface.
Ghost.
It's a
Yeah.
Ghostface album. Supreme
Supreme
Clientele.
Clientele. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about. Supreme
Yeah, you
Clientele.
know what? I went to go listen to that because I'm not just hear a lot. You know, the album you hear a lot about it. I started listening to it. I ended up listening to Only Built for Cuban Links, and that's in my top five favorite albums now. And I didn't even grow up on that. It's just like it's good, bro. It's like
I was late to the Wu-Tang shit too, but I mean I was in the Method Man. That was the
yeah, Method Man
Wu-Tang
the
and
only
Old
one.
Dirty
Yeah,
Bastard.
that's the only one I would listen to as an album. I ain't listen to none of that. I ain't listen to Supreme Clientele,
I
none of
was a
that
little
music.
late on Ghostface because I started buying Ghostface later albums, and that made me want to check out his earlier shit. Like I was getting Supreme Clientele, Fish Scale, and all this. I'm like, let me get Iron Man. Let me see what's up with that.
Yeah,
Iron Man. Iron Man is probably like a lower tier classic to me. Lower tier
yeah.
classic.
Supreme Clientele seemed like it was more versatile too. We had that.
Man,
Don't
Supreme
go against the
Clientele.
grain. That's on fire. Don't go against the grain. That's on fire, bro.
Man, the joint with you got was up out of here. That
Yeah.
shit was crazy. That shit was crazy, and I'm kind of glad that you got a look on a hot single. You know what I mean? Because I felt kind of bad for the Master Killers, the You Gods, and the Inspector Decks. They never really got their
Right.
chance. You know what I mean?
Right.
To be stars because they had star potential, but like this is why I fuck with you God the most, like personality wise, because he doesn't hold back. He doesn't hold back because he said RZA, you know, RZA was doing all this side shit, with the grave diggers and all of that shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He wasn't focusing on us. He wasn't focusing on the nine Wu-Tang members. He would go off and
Bread.
do side projects.
I thought I was really trying to get his bread though.
I I understand all that, but at the same time, you know what I mean? They would have been even stronger if they would have got that prime RZA production.
You know what? I think they did. Cause a lot of people, you see a lot of people saying like, a lot of people don't get them as the best group because like they didn't, they feel like they didn't stay alone together or they didn't put out enough classics. Like as a group though, as a group, not the sing, not the solo.
Well, they
A
have
lot of
they
people
have
say
to.
Outkast. A lot of people got Outkast, but that's a duo. But still,
I mean, I think Wu Tang is the greatest rap group ever. I think Wu Tang is the greatest rap group ever. You got nine dudes, and it ain't a weak link in the group. Like, there's nobody in the group that you would say is trash. None of them are
right?
trash. Like, I mean, Master Killer's music is not my cup of tea. RZA's music, RZA was kind of like Master P, but way more lyrical.
Yeah,
Okay, like he would have too many songs on his albums. If RZA would have had 12, 13 track albums, he would have had classic albums. You
Yep.
know, me, I just take the best RZA songs. I just, because I listen to all of their shit, all their
Yeah, that's
discography.
like you can't the people you can't discount the solo stuff like just because a lot of that stuff and the solo stuff was basically like a group album. So it's like just because it don't say Wu Tang album don't mean nothing. Because
Facts.
RZA Shadowboxing had Method Man on it, and then he had a Ghostface on that 30s whatever fourth chamber or whatever that song called. Like classic
Yeah.
songs, bro. Like come on now, like just because they
Yeah,
didn't
I
put
mean,
it on the Wu Tang album don't mean it's not Wu Tang. Like
I respect Jizza, you know what I'm saying? I respect Liquid Swords as a hip hop classic and all that, but his music is just not for me. You know what I'm
I feel you.
saying? His music is not for me. It's his solo shit. Like when he on Wu Tang shit, that motherfucker go crazy.
Yeah, I know what
But
you're saying, but it's easier when you got Method Man who's one of the kings that writing hooks. It's like his voice. You know what I'm saying, like, then you just come on there instead of 16. That's different than trying to make your own album. It's like way harder.
yeah, Meth Ray and Ghost are just great, man. They're they're up there. This is exactly what I'm saying. That's why I don't think too highly of the rappers that they hype up because they skip over guys like this. They skip over, you know what I mean?
You had the
A
overrated the
Ghostface,
three
a
the
Red
big
Man.
the three that you had that was overrated. We was talking about them. You was like I like because I had them because like do you think about it, in college times, the high school time? Of course you're gonna put them three over the Ghostface Ray and because like they had the hits and they was the ones getting hyped up the most. I don't know.
Ray Ghost, Ray Ghost. I think Ray Ghost, Meth, and Old Dirty Bastard are in my top 100. I think
Yeah.
those the ones that made it.
Oh, Older the Bastard. I mean, on the other three for sure, but I'm talking about Older the Bastard for sure. For sure. 100. Top 100.
Yeah, that
Man,
was
Brooklyn Zoo was crazy, bro. That junk was crazy, dog.
man. His whole
Brooklyn
like
Zoo. Brooklyn.
both his
That beat
both
was crazy.
his albums was crazy. Both his
Yeah, it
albums
was.
was crazy. Even though, of course, what hurts him from being up at the top, some of them niggas was writing for him.
Okay.
Like Jizza and RZA would help. They would co-write.
Oh, see, I
It
ain't.
wasn't like they wrote his entire verse, but they would, give him 8, 9 bars, or Jizza would give him like a verse now and again.
Okay.
But it wasn't like, a Drake situation where a reference track comes out and, then it's a bunch of writers listed on there, a bunch of producers and all that. Dirty, wasn't afraid to ask for help with completing a song. I think that's just pretty much like what made Old Dirty Bastard stand out. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, I have Drake ranked above Old Dirty Bastard,
Right.
but I'm just saying in general. I think Old Dirty Bastard was more authentic than a Drake. You know what I'm saying? He was
Uh-huh.
true to himself. He was a character. Like I just think that the Wu, like I think that they're just the greatest rap group to me. You know what I'm saying? Like people could say Outkast. You know what I'm saying? I don't be mad at that because they made history.
Yeah, I just feel like now, I just prefer RZA production over like almost anybody, bro. Like besides like Dr. Dre maybe, but I'm just saying I just feel like Method Man, Redman, there's too many lyrical rappers on there, and I feel like I'm probably rather listen to Wu Tang in 2024 than Outkast, bro. That's just me. But growing up, Outkast was my favorite, but I'd rather listen to Wu Tang right now. In 20, like it just aged so. Not
Well,
saying their music ain't age
because
well, but
well that's because Wu Tang was actually teaching you shit through their rhymes, and that is made for more of a mature audience
okay.
because the shit that they were talking about in their rhymes, we going through that shit as adults.
Yep.
You know, they Outcast was entertaining. You so of course a young person would attach themselves to something entertaining.
Yep.
But Outcast was different though. They because I watched this video about Andre 3000 yesterday,
Yep.
and it gave
Oh,
me
he
a lot
might
of
be good.
insight into why Andre's the way he is. Like, I didn't know that he was actually diagnosed with social anxiety. I didn't know that.
Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to watch that, bro.
80.
Andre was my guy
He.
back then, bro. For real.
I think I have the name of the video in my YouTube favorites. I'm not sure if I saved it or not, but yeah, it's this video. It's about Andre 3000, and it explains pretty much everything and why he is the way that he is. But I'm just sitting there like, dog, you one of the greatest of all time. How could you lose
Yes,
confidence
for
in
real.
yourself? Like
Right.
everything that you put together is great. He's in
Literally.
my top 10 favorites.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, he probably in mine too.
This nigga, you Andre 3000. Don't you know how cold you is?
Yeah, that
Like,
boy be rapping, man.
yeah,
Then
like
you can make a Sorry Miss Jackson. He can make a Sorry Miss Jackson or a Hey Ya, and then he still can bar you up if you try to say, you know what I'm saying. He still, that's what Rick Ross said about him. He's like he was planning to meet the ground. He like this is what y'all the closest thing y'all gonna get to if Andre 3000 ever had to deal with a nigga.
right,
I'm like right,
right.
niggas ain't want no smoke with Andre 3000.
Yeah, man. Andre 3000
Oh
was just was yeah, man. He was different. Like, but however, I don't like how Big Boy is disrespected. Like, Big Boy ain't had better verses than him on some songs.
yeah, you can't have they had like three stacks number 8 or 7. Then they had like Big Boy not even in the top 50. It's like come
No,
on
no,
man, like
they had Big Boy at number 8 on that list. They had a top Atlanta list and they ranked Big Boy 8th. That is ridiculous.
that's ridiculous, bro. I
He's top
responded to that on
5.
Twitter. I responded to that on Twitter. I said Andre 3000. I didn't put it in order. I said Andre 3000, Big Boy. Honestly, I think I did say Jeezy just because what he did for Atlanta, though. Honestly,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Outkast did everything for the South. That's
Yeah.
why, you know, I would say they're third. They're the third best rap group. No, because I got NWA at 2.
Okay.
I
Ice
mean,
Cube
come
gotta
on.
be.
You
Ice
gotta
Cube gotta be. Ice Cube is up there though, because like